Good evening. Welcome to the evening news. Temi Tokwe Abakarim is my name. President Muhammadu Buhari has returned to Abuja after a 5-day state visit to Lisbon, Portugal, where Nigeria and the European nations signed memorandum of understanding in diverse sectors. While in Lisbon, the president held several bilateral engagements, which culminated in the signing of agreements and memoranda of understanding between Nigeria and Portugal. The MOUs signed include political consultations, diplomatic training, research, and the exchange of information and documentation, cooperation in the field of culture, and cooperation in the field of women and girls development. Empowerment, gender affairs, youth and sports were also parts of the cooperation. President Buhari had earlier met with representatives of Nigerians living in Portugal, where he cautioned them against the use of social media to insult and incite from a safe and anonymous distance. He also urged them to always promote Nigeria's unity. The president called for an increase in the volume of trade with Portugal, as well as diversification to non-oil products, adding that the two countries are in their need of new investment opportunities following the devastation to global economies caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, and in the recent times, the impact of the Russian-Ukraine conflict. President Buhari also expressed the readiness of Nigeria to fulfill the natural gas gaps in Europe predicated by the current Russian-Ukrainian war. Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has said the commission is fully ready for Osun State governorship election slated for the 16th of this month. Professor Yakubu made the declaration at a special meeting of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security, which held in Abuja to review security arrangements ahead of the election. He said the commission would deploy a readiness assessment team to Osun State to assess preparations for the elections, while he expressed concern over growing security threats likely to frustrate the smooth conduct of voter registration exercise. Professor Yakubu assured that no eligible voters would be disenfranchised. Meanwhile, the commission has put the total number of eligible registered voters to participate in the forthcoming governorship election in Osun at 1,955,657, while 15 political parties would participate in the exercise in all the 30 local government areas in the state. The commission, however, assured to conduct a free and fair election in the state, while disclosing that sensitive materials to be used for the conduct of the election would not pass through the Central Bank of Nigeria. INEC said arrangements had been put in place to ensure they have flown into the state, while adequate security operatives would be on the ground to safeguard them. Similarly, the National Youth Service Corps has described as unfortunate the reported arrest of a corps member, Eugene Kenya, by the Osun State Police Command. The corps member was said to have been arrested alongside the staff of the Independent National Electoral Commission over alleged electoral misconduct. According to the police, OG, a corps member attached to INEC office as an ad hoc staff in charge of voter cards distribution, allegedly collected permanent voters card on the order of members of a political party for financial transaction. The NYC, in a statement issued today by its Director, Press and Public Relations, Eddie Megwa, said the case is under investigation. Meanwhile, no fewer than 18 political thugs have been arrested by men of Nigerian police ahead of the Osun State governorship election. The spokesperson of Nigerian Police, Osun Command, Yemisi Opalola, made this known in a statement, adding that men of the Nigerian police have embarked on raiding of black spots within the state to fish out criminal elements perpetrating crime. The PPRO added that 18 suspected criminals were arrested and they are currently undergoing interrogation. She advised members of the public to shun all forms of electoral malpractices and offences, as the command is fully prepared to deal decisively with anyone caught in such acts. She also admonished the people of the state to give prompt and useful information that could assist the police to nip in the bud all kinds of crimes and electoral malpractices. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted 22 blocks of heroin with a street value of over 4.5 billion naira as the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. This is contained in a statement by the Director, Media and Advocacy, NDLEA, Mr. Femi Babafemi, today in Abuja. Obafemi said the consignments concealed in packs of Nestle Cerelac baby food weighed 23.55 kilograms. He said the consignment came from Johannesburg, South Africa, adding that it was a part of the consolidated cargo that arrived as the Skyway Aviation Handling Company import shed of the Lagos airport. The director said further that after a series of follow-up operations that led to the arrest of 2 freight agents, the actual receiver of the drug consignments was Chike Weni, who distributes the substance for a South African-based partner. He maintained that the suspect has been arrested at a logistic warehouse in Ajao Estate, Lagos. Zamfara State Governor Bello Matawali has commenced the training of the newly recruited community protection guards aimed at effectively fighting the bandits. Speaking during the flagging off ceremony of the training of the newly recruited community protection guard in Gusau, Matawali said his administration is moving towards implementing new security measures. The governor said his administration has come up with additional measures for combating insurgency in the state, among which is the recruitment of community protection guards in each of the 19 emirate councils of the state. Governor Matawali informed the newly recruited community protection guards of the task ahead of them. Now to sports. Super Falcons defender Gloria Bona said the team had been given all the needed motivations to win for a record 10th Women's African Cup of Nations trophy in Morocco. Bona, who plied her trade in Spain, stated this at a team camp today in Morocco. She said the team had trained hard and is also mentally ready for the tournaments which got underway this weekend. Nigeria is in Group C alongside title rivals South Africa and debutants Botswana and Burundi. The Falcons will open their campaign against Bayana of South Africa in Rabat tomorrow, where the 4 semi-finalists in the competition will compete as the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup to be co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand. It was gathered that Falcons have won 9 out of the 11 editions of the competition in the past. On the foreign scene, West African leaders are meeting in Ghana's capital, Accra, for a summit of the Economic Community of African States, ECOWAS, where rising insecurity in the Sahel and questions over how the bloc will move to restore civilian rule following 3 separate military coups across the regions are set to loom large. The meeting in Accra comes as the number of armed attacks across the Sahel continues to rise, with the spiraling security crisis fueled by a separatist movement in northern Mali in 2012 and a devolving security situation in the country's central region perpetuated by ISIL and Al-Qaeda-linked groups showing no signs of abating. The violence, which has spilled into neighboring Burkina Faso and Niger and the wider region, has displaced 2.5 million people in the last decade and piqued concerns of attacks spreading into the coastal West African nation states. As the ECOWAS summits, West African leaders are expected to assess efforts to nail down timetables and other guarantees for restoring civilian rule in the 3 countries, including possible sanctions. That ends the evening news on OSBC Television. We thank you for watching. Join us at 7 for Dateline. Good evening.
Security and You on OSBC TV celebrates 1 year on air. The biggest TV sensitizing and alert programs in the Southwest on the biggest television, OSBC, celebrates its 1 year on live transmission.
Stakeholders in the realm of security will deliver papers on various topics bordering on security issues.
Fundraising of 10 million naira is part of the program to establish a mini studio for Security and You.
The special program is scheduled to hold on Monday, the 4th of July in the morning at Corporation's Open Studio Arena.
Chairman and the Chief Launchers are Honorable Taufik Badmus, representing Oshogbo State Constituency at Osun State House of Assembly, and Professor Oluwaina, while the DG OSBC Conglomerate, Mr. Abdulrashid Folami, is the Chief Host, Announcer, Organizing Committee.
Your heart, let it in, it's waiting for you. Remember, he will not wait forever. He's available now, Lord. Let it in, he's waiting for you. Akwa ikebe, minuru na disa lawo. Beyowa, when we so kanonwa. Udaigasu, mbigeti, akwigebe, minuru na wali wandiso. Tiayuwa, beyowa, when we so kanonwa. Church Jesus, mbiga chota ye. Kwakanuzo, magene perenia. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Amen, 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 amen. There is a beautiful home far, far away. Here the saints are living, oh, it's shining like a light. Hear the sweet melody, they are singing unto Jesus. They are giving him praises forever. There is a beautiful home far away, where there is no death, where there is no sorrow, where there is no crying, where there is no tears. The saints are singing unto his holy name. They are giving him glory forever. Aladi marama, obo ebedi, ebedi lisabi, ande ukani. Nurwa bustana bukuruna uwe, ananyera rebi ina kwado kwa Jesus namia. Mbenadi anya nisogana. Abu naboda marama, ebiri denadi eba kwado, dede ukwado wea. Lekwa Jesus, lea kanabia nenge. Mbenadi anya nisogana. Eba umarama, eba kwado neniso. Ozora galama dime yobu madanga. Okwika galama, onyamu galama. Onyameya galama, oyena kwele na Jesus galama. Babo bono malama, omuzu pala dimeya. Abadi sana la, bono malama. Lendo Jesus kanamya deme. Amen, 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 amen. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, 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 amen. Amen, 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 oh. Amen, 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 amen. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen, oh. Amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Hallelujah.
kúrọ̀lẹ́ ìròyìn ìrọ̀lẹ́ la mú wá fún yín. Kamil Abdulrahim lóníròyìn yín. Ààrẹ Muhammadu Buhari ti padà sí Àbújá lẹ́yìn ìrìn àjò ọlọ́jọ́ márùn-ún tó ṣe sí Lisbon lórílẹ̀‐èdè Portugal, níbi tí orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà àti orílẹ̀‐èdè Portugal ti tọwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn. Lásìkò táàrẹ Buhari fi wà ní Lisbon ló ṣe ọ̀kanòjọ̀kan ìpàdé yìí tó padà yọrí sí títọwọ́ bọ̀wé àdéhùn láàrin orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà àti Portugal. Àwọn àdéhùn náà ni èyí tá a ti rí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ka ètò òṣèlú, ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́, iṣẹ́ ìwádìí àti ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ lórí ètò ìròyìn àti àwọn àkọọ́lẹ̀ tó ṣe kókó, àjọṣepọ̀ lẹ́ka ọ̀rọ̀ àṣà àti ìdàgbàsókè àwọn obìnrin, ètò ìrónilágbára tó fi mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ àti eré ìdárayá. Ṣáájú lààrẹ Buhari ti kọ́kọ́ ṣèpàdé pẹ̀lú àwọn aṣojú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n gbé ní Portugal, níbi tó ti gbà wọ́n nímọ̀ràn pé kí wọ́n ó ta kété sóhunkóhun tó bá lè takọ̀ sí aṣọ àlà orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, pàápàá jùlọ lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára, kí wọ́n sì máa mọ̀rọ̀ ìṣọ̀kan orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lọ́kùnkúndùn. Alága àjọ elétò ìdìbò lórílẹ̀-èdè yìí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Mahmood Yakubu ti sọ pé àjọ náà ti gbáradì fétò ìdìbò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun tí yóò wáyé lọ́jọ́ 16 oṣù yìí. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Yakubu sọ yìí di mímọ̀ l'Àbújá lásìkò ìpàdé tó báwọn àjọ tó wà fún ètò ààbò nípa ètò ìdìbò láti ṣàgbéyẹ̀wò ìgbáradì ṣáájú ètò ìdìbò náà ṣe. Ó ṣàlàyé pé àjọ ọ̀hún ti fi àwọn ikọ̀ kan ránṣẹ́ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun láti mọ̀ nípa ìgbáradì ètò ìdìbò ọ̀hún, nígbà tó ń kọminú lórí ọ̀kanòjọ̀kan ìpèníjà ètò ààbò èyí tó ń pàkúta sí àṣeyọrí ìforúkọsílẹ̀ àwọn olùdìbò. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Yakubu fi dá gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bá ti forúkọ sílẹ̀ fún káàdì ìdìbò lójú pé gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti dìbò. Wàyí àjọ elétò ìdìbò lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ti kéde pé iye orúkọ àwọn tí wọ́n forúkọ sílẹ̀ fétò ìdìbò tí wọ́n kópa nínú ètò ìdìbò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pé wọ́n jẹ́ òǹkà tó dín díẹ̀ ní mílíọ̀nù 2, nígbà táwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú 15 yóò sì kópa nínú ètò ìdìbò náà ní gbogbo ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ 30 tó wà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Àjọ INEC wá fìdánilójú rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ láti ṣètò ìdìbò tí yóò lọ nírọ̀wọ́rọsẹ̀ tí kò sì ní lẹ́jàmbá kan nínú, nígbà tó ń fìdí rẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé àjọ náà kò ní kó àwọn èròjà tó ṣe kókó tí yóò lò fétò ìdìbò náà sí àkàtà báńkì àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí, àmọ́ tí gbogbo ètò àti ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ ti wà láti rí i pé èròjà náà dé sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pẹ̀lú ààbò tó péye. Àjọ agùnbánirọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ti sọ pé ó jẹ́ ohun tó bani lọ́kàn jẹ́ fún bí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ṣe mú Ọjì Nkena tó jẹ́ agùnbánirọ̀ tó ń sìnrú ìlú ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Agùnbánirọ̀ náà ni wọ́n ní ọwọ́ bà pẹ̀lú bí òṣìṣẹ́ àjọ INEC kan ṣe fẹ̀sùn ṣíṣe pàṣípààyọ káàdì ìdìbò kan. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ṣe sọ, agùnbánirọ̀ náà ló ń sìnrú ìlú tó sì ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìdàbò pẹ̀lú àjọ elétò ìdìbò nídìí pínpín káàdì ìdìbò, tí wọ́n sì ṣàlàyé pé ṣe ló ta káàdì ìdìbò rẹ̀ fáwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kan. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tí alukoro àjọ NYSC Ndi Mekuwa fi síta sọ pé wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìwádìí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ náà. Ó kéré tán àwọn ọmọ gànfẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú 18 lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ti bà. Agbẹnusọ fún iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun arábìnrin Yẹmisí Ọ̀pàrọ̀lá ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nínú àtẹ̀jáde tó fi síta pẹ̀lú àlàyé pé iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ láti wá àwọn olubi ẹ̀dá náà rí. Ó rọ àwọn aráàlú láti yàgò fún dídàbàrú ètò ìdìbò nítorí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá kò ní fààyè gba ìwà láabi náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló rọ àwọn aráàlú láti má ṣe jẹ́ kí etí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá òde sáwọn ìròyìn tó bá ṣe kókó. Àjọ NDLEA ti rí oògùn olóró ìròyìn tí wọ́n pọ́n lẹ́gbẹ̀rin sí ọ̀nà 22 gbà pẹ̀lú bílíọ̀nù 4.5 náírà ní pápákọ̀ òfurufú Muritala Muhammed tó wà ní Ìkẹjà nípínlẹ̀ Èkó. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde tí alukoro àjọ NDLEA ọ̀gbẹ́ni Fẹ́mi Babafẹ́mi fi síta lọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti jẹyọ. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Babafẹ́mi ṣàlàyé pé nínú oúnjẹ ọmọdé tó gbé wọ̀n tó kìlógíráàmù 23.5 ni wọ́n gbé oògùn olóró náà sí. Ó jẹ́ kó yé ni pé láti pápákọ̀ òfurufú Johannesburg ní South Africa ni wọ́n ti kó àwọn oògùn olóró náà wọlé, tó sì jẹ́ ara ẹrù tí wọ́n kó wọlé sórílẹ̀-èdè yìí pẹ̀lú ọkọ̀ òfurufú Skyway. Ó ní lẹ́yìn ọ̀kanòjọ̀kan ìwádìí lọ́wọ́ bá àwọn méjì tí wọ́n gbé oògùn olóró náà wọlé, pẹ̀lú àlàyé pé Dídé Ekwene, tó wá gbé ọjà fojúgbà rẹ̀ láti South Africa ni wọ́n dìjọ dúnàdúrà. Ó lọ́wọ́ ti bá ẹni afurasí náà níbùdó ìkọjásí tó wà ní Àjàó Estate ní Ìkẹjà. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Zamfara Bello Matawalle ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fáwọn tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gbà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ikọ̀ elétò ààbò lọ́nà àti fi gbógun ti ìpèníjà ètò ààbò ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà. Nígbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lásìkò ìsíde ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ náà tó wáyé ní Gúúsù, Matawalle sọ pé ìjọba òun ṣiṣẹ́ kárakára fún ìfẹsẹ̀rinlẹ̀ ètò ààbò nípínlẹ̀ náà. Gómìnà Matawalle fi kún pé ìjọba òun tún ti ṣàgbékalẹ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ tuntun láti fi ìwà ààbò dẹ́kun fún gbogbo àwọn onísùmọ̀mí nípínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún. Bákan náà ló fi tó àwọn ikọ̀ elétò ààbò náà létí nípa iṣẹ́ tó wà níwájú wọn. Adéẹ̀yìn mú fún ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Super Falcons lórí Ògbónà ti sọ pé gbogbo ìwúrí àti àtìlẹ́yìn tó yẹ káwọn orí ni ikọ̀ náà ti rí láti fi lè gba ife ẹ̀yẹ ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà àtàwọn obìnrin ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹwàá rú ẹ̀ ní Morocco. Ògbónà tó ń gba bọ́ọ̀lù sí jẹun ní Spain sọ yìí di mímọ̀ níbùdó ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù náà ní Morocco. Ó ṣàlàyé pé ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù náà ti ń gbáradì dáadáa káwọn kó lè gbégbá orókè nínú ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ ọ̀hún. Ìpín kẹta ní ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù ilẹ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn ojúgbà rẹ̀ bíi South Africa, ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Botswana àti tó fi mọ́ Burundi táwọn méjèèjì ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kópa nínú ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ ọ̀hún fúngbà àkọ́kọ́. Lọ́la ní ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Super Falcons yóò síde ìdíje wọn àkọ́kọ́ pẹ̀lú Banyana àti South Africa ní Rabat, níbi tí àwọn ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù mẹ́rin tí wọ́n wà ní ìpele tó kẹ́gùn sàṣekágbá yóò ti máa kojú ara wọn ní ìdíje ife ẹ̀yẹ àgbáyé ọdún tó ń bọ̀. Táwọn obìnrin ti orílẹ̀-èdè Australia àti New Zealand yóò gbàlejò rẹ̀. Ìròyìn fi hàn pé ikọ̀ agbábọ́ọ̀lù Falcon ti gbígbá orókè fún ìgbà 9 nínú ìfẹsẹ̀wọnsẹ̀ 11 tí wọ́n ti gbá sẹ́yìn. Àwọn aṣáájú lẹ́kùn ìwọ̀ oòrùn Áfíríkà ti ń ṣèpàdé lólú ilẹ̀ Ghana, Accra, níbi ìpàdé ọ̀rẹ́dẹ́gbẹ́ àjọ ECOWAS tí wọn yóò sì pẹ̀kẹ́lu ètò ààbò tó mẹ́hẹ̀ lẹ́kùn Sahel àti bíjọba ti wàǹtiwà yóò sì padà sáwọn agbègbè 3 ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ táwọn ológun ti dìtẹ̀gbàjọba lẹ́kùn náà. Ìpàdé tó ń wáyé ní Accra yìí wáyé nítorí bọ́kànjọ̀kan ìkọlù ṣe ń wáyé láwọn ẹnubodò orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lẹ́kùn Sahel táwọn adìyàmọ́ra sì tún ti ń dáná ogun lápá àríwá Mali. Bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn ikọ̀ ISIL àti Al-Qaeda kò jogun omi. Wàhálà tó ń hó ẹ́ ọ̀hún ní Burkina Faso àti Niger ti sọ mílíọ̀nù 2.5 èèyàn dáláìnílé lórí. Tọ́wọ́jà wàhálà náà sì ti dé apá ìwọ̀ oòrùn Áfíríkà. Ìrètí wà pé àwọn aṣáájú ẹkùn ìwọ̀ oòrùn Áfíríkà yóò jíròrò lórí ọ̀nà láti wàgbò dẹ́kun fáwọn ìwà yìí títò ìjọba tiwantiwa yóò sì padà jọba láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè 3 táwọn ológun ti gbàjọba. Ìròyìn ìrọ̀lẹ́ wa fún ti tàkókò yìí kò jù báyìí lọ. Ìpàdé wa láago 8 àbọ̀ alẹ́ nígbà táwọn mú àṣàyàn ròyìn wá fún yín títí ìgbà náà ẹ kú jùlọ náà.